unsolved murder that became an obsession.
Armstrong's like a man possessed.
What time did you leave the party?
I've told you. Tell me again.
10 years on, and he still can't forget.
Whatever happens, I will break you.
The truth is screaming out. A likeness in stone. Chilling new drama tomorrow at 9:30 on BBC1.
We can make a difference to the kids who live locally.
I don't think they've got a clue what they're doing.
Building work, as you can see, still continues.
We don't have pens, the kids don't have books.
There was a race war going on in your school, Mr. Torsten Freitag.
It feels like a war zone at the moment.
It's been harder than I thought.
Torsten doesn't run this school. We do.
BBC2 takes a revealing look at a turbulent year for a superhead of an inner London school. Head on the Block starts Thursday at 9:50 on BBC2.
A slick thriller and a young girl's nightmare. The Babysitter's Seduction. Tonight's movie. After the weather on BBC1 from Helen Willits.
Hello there. We've had some interesting contrasts in the weather this weekend, from the cool, damp weather across parts of Northern Ireland, Scotland and Northern England, to that warm summer sunshine, or late summer sunshine, should I say, further south. 27 degrees recorded during Sunday afternoon in London, and well above average. Now, it's not unusual to see that warmth later in the year, into September, even early October. 23 degrees was recorded on this day back in 1997 in Aberdeenshire. Well, the heat isn't across Scotland at the moment, but it certainly looks like lasting into the beginning of the week across England and Wales before it disappears. In fact, then you see these cooler yellows and lighter oranges replacing those deeper oranges. So temperatures probably back down to near average. Now, the reason we have that warmth at the moment is these warm winds coming up from the near continent, trapping a lot of warm, moist air below that weather front, and to the south of that weather front indeed there is quite a good deal of moisture still to come. This low pressure develops, and as it develops it's going to bring a rather prolonged spell of rain, particularly across Scotland, but also probably parts of Northern Ireland and Northern England as well, and that'll be with us well into the end of Monday. So we are keeping a keen eye on developments, because certainly for Scotland, with the persistence of the rain tonight and tomorrow, there may well be some local flooding problems. That rain is expected to arrive through the first part of the night and linger then for much of the day. It really will be into Monday evening and Monday night before we finally clear that away. We may even have a little bit of rain left Tuesday morning. So it will be quite a wet end to the night across the northern half of the British Isles. Further south, it's going to turn quite misty and foggy, and it will be very mild in most parts. In fact, another muggy and uncomfortable night. These are minimum temperatures here. So we start the morning, and in the south, the mist and fog may be the main problems for travellers. Some dense patches around, but otherwise sunny periods. That rain, though, is around for much of the day further north, and even though it'll turn brighter perhaps and more showery through Northern Ireland and Northern England, not promising a great deal of brightness or sunshine, there will still be a number of showers around. And although mostly dry and fine in the south, 1 or 2 showers may be triggered late in the afternoon and early evening, and they could well give some quite substantial downfalls, even the odd torrential downpour here and there. But for most parts it will stay dry and fine in the south and pretty warm again. Much cooler in the north with that weather front, that rain as well, and a brisk northerly wind picking up for Northern Ireland, and quite windy as well across the northeast of Scotland. But eventually we clear that rain into the early part of Tuesday. Much drier, brighter weather following, just a scattering of showers, and that's the way it stays into Wednesday, although there will be more rain knocking on the door late in the day. Now, we've had rain elsewhere across Europe. You may well have heard that it's been pretty wet through Sicily, more than 7 times the monthly average rainfall. But even here, low pressure is starting to move away across towards Greece, and high pressure will bring some fine weather into the early part of the new week. But the low affecting the British Isles will equally bring some rather unsettled weather into France and Germany. That's the forecast.
I know she was dying, that's not the point. She was ill, all right.
Dot was her best friend.
I know. Well, Ethel could have been taken care of. I mean, you can't go around killing people, can you?
You don't understand anything.
She should be locked up. She killed her.
That poor old lady was suffering. She was dying.
So we're not ill sometimes?
She was so old.
Oh, do me a favour. Then Ethel should have been taken care of.
What's the point in taking care of her anyway? Well, otherwise, you see, she committed a crime.
The best thing to do is be put out of your misery, I'm sorry.
So she'd have to go to prison.
She has to pay the price.
No, I don't agree.
I don't agree.
I don't agree with your ideas.
Oh, you don't agree?
No.
Now she has to pay the price.
Be sure your sins will find you out.
EastEnders. Everyone's talking about it.
Did we use anything last night?
I remember.
Of course you can remember. It doesn't matter how past you were. We're not all on the pill these days, you know. Only meant to have a drink with you.
A special two-part episode of The Cops starts Monday the 18th and concludes Tuesday the 19th of September on BBC 2.
Deception, Betrayal and Murder, now on BBC1. The late-night film stars Kerry Russell in The Babysitter's Seduction.